Alright guys, what's going on? Avik with Mahalo Games. I'm bringing you guys an Xbox Live Arcade title that's a crazy puzzle shooter. It's very challenging, at the same time it's intense, there's a lot of action, and it's Missile Fury. Bangai-O HD is the title, and Missile Fury is the quote-unquote slang for the game because it's kind of intense and crazy. I'm going to show you guys the first level so you guys get a brief idea of what the heck is going on here, if you could even figure it out. But basically, much like Geometry Wars and all these other games, you move with the left stick. With the right stick, you're pretty much shooting. But the crazy stuff is this, where you can launch thousands of missiles or other weapons that you unlock down, in the game, and it gets pretty crazy, as you can see. And obviously, the first time I played this, I was not playing like how I am now. There's a steep learning curve to the game. There's a lot going on in the game. For you to learn, for you to love and have fun with for a long time. Yes, the game features multiplayer as well. It's pretty freaking sweet. And it also features edit mode, which is even better because you could create infinite number of levels. Now, if you suck or you don't have the patience to create levels, no problem. They have a full community of rated maps and whatnot that you could get, and I'm sure the variations of levels in this game are pretty crazy. There's over 100 levels in this game, which is a lot, and they're all very, very challenging. I know people who are still stuck at like stage 3, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm about at stage 40 right now, and it does significantly get harder over time, but it's all about patience. Patience is virtue. You learn the game, and once you begin to love it, it kind of becomes a really sweet game. Yeah, this was definitely an unexpected title from my point of view, and something that definitely caught me off guard, but something I definitely am having a shit ton of fun playing. Huh? As little as possible. Yeah. For sure. Definitely. So another thing is enemy variation and enemy sizes you're going to notice. Now, these guys are a lot chunkier and, definitely a lot funner to play with. And then you're going to be fighting also really micro-sized enemies down the line. I'll show you guys some stages that are pretty ridiculous. And let me try that one more time. Now, a couple things, you guys, if you're paying attention and you still have no clue what's going on, let me kind of break it down really quick. Basically, on the top left, you'll notice, your health. You're going to notice the ammo, which is very important to always scope your eyes on it, and also your dash. You get sound notifications. I don't know if you can tell. You get sound notifications while you play, which is very helpful, so you don't always look at your health or your ammo or whatever. You always kind of know where you're at visually or by the audio, which is really cool. Now, this level right here, this stage right here is actually pretty calm. There's not much craziness going on yet, even though you guys still might think it's kind of crazy. But it does get really hectic. Like I said, I'll show some stages that are kind of ridiculous down the line. There's also boss battles, which are pretty cool and take some time to figure out. Once you do figure them out, they're definitely very rewarding and satisfying. There's a whole bunch of moves in this game. In the beginning, you really just end up just shooting straight forward a lot. But what you're going to notice very soon is that it's not all about shooting. It's all about freezing your enemies and dashing at the right time, and timing is definitely of the essence. You have to have everything timed, especially in the harder levels. Let me show you guys an example of a level that I thought was pretty difficult, and you guys be the judge of how intense this thing is. Let me see. Let's see the stage 3 real quick. I'm trying to remember which one this was. Oh yeah, this one. Now, there's also some some of the stages that really remind me of a platformer, which is cool, you know. That means there's a lot of variation that can happen in terms of the stages. So there's stages where you'll be navigating through like a maze, and you got to figure out the puzzle. There's stages where you're just, you know, it's just a straight up boss battle. There's stuff where it's a puzzle, you got to figure it out, and you know, it's again, for an Xbox Live Arcade title, this game definitely offers a whole lot. Somebody asked if there is any cap on like the amount of missiles, and the answer to that is no. And I will give you an example of what I mean right now. So on the top left, you can tell I have right now 4 currently, you know, missiles that I could use, and here I'm about to use like 3 of them right now. Watch this, and it's gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep it going right now. So now another thing is the timing of the buttons you're pressing. Mostly you're working with the triggers. The right trigger dashes, the left trigger unleashes your missiles, and you're holding both of these. So as you know, as basically while you're holding the right trigger, you're dashing. As soon as you let go, you stop. If you're in an idle state and you hold it for a second, you'll actually freeze everybody that's around you, including missiles and stuff like that. Anybody, anything actually. And I'll show you an example of that right here. I froze those missiles and those enemies. They're all gone now. And also, one cool thing is as soon as you actually use your missiles, your missile fury, you actually get your full dash, you know, charged almost immediately, which is great. It's something that I didn't know. Strategy-wise, it's something that's going to help, you know, if you end up playing this game. Now here's a level that, you know, gives you new weaponry, bigger missiles, and, you know, whatnot. But again, it's all about how consistent, you know, you play with your timing if you want to advance through these levels. Now, the levels you guys have seen so far have been pretty basic, you know, square shape. As you can tell, this one's more of like a side scroller. So yeah, it even has those classic feel, you know, the classic feel that games used to have back in the days, like R-Type and whatnot. I'm near death, but I should survive right now. And then this is another example of that's like a little boss battle, I guess, but it's not technically a boss. You're always going to come across intimidating new opponents, but very shortly you're going to realize that they were just little measly enemies that are going to be very easy to defeat down the line. One thing that I appreciate about the game is just the speed. It's frantic, it's fast, you can get into it pretty fast, you get out of it pretty fast, you know. I like that. I also like the fact that everything is just streamlined, so if I can't beat the second level, I don't have to be stuck on it. So let's say in this case where, you know, I lost, I could just back out. If you play any stage 3 times, you basically get to play the next level. So you could always advance, you don't win, but it's good to always advance to the next stages to see what else they offer. And every stage that you progress, obviously your skill level goes up, and then you can go back and beat those other levels. There was some where I was like, this is impossible, there's absolutely no way I could do this unless I spend literally hours, but I kind of let it go, went through the other stages, came back to it later, and voila, finitos. Let me see if there's any other interesting stages here. This was a pretty interesting one right here. I currently hold a pretty good record in this level. But basically, this level showcases how chaotic it could be in the smallest amount of space in this game. It's pretty ridiculous. Oh yeah, that's right. So here's one thing that we haven't really spoken about. Check this out. This is called V-Power, and basically you get to dash with unlimited power, and whoever's in front of you is just going to get demolished. This is cool because it gives you a lot of power-ups really quickly. Here, I'm going to unleash like 2 of them right here. One right here. And the longer you hold the left trigger when you release your missiles, basically that's how you, you know, you'll see a counter going up from 0 to 100 really fast. And basically wherever you stopped at, 100 is obviously being the best. If you stop it at 100, you're going to unleash 100 missiles. They're going to go out there and just, you know, annihilate your enemy. If you keep holding the left trigger and you miss the